What's up, y'all? It's your boy C-No here, and we gonna talk about it right now. 50 Cent did not rule out the fact that he would return as Kanan in his new series, even though it's in the past and showing them growing up. Do not think 50 Cent won't be in power again on the screen. He also brought up the fact that other television shows like Dallas, they brought back Bobby Ewing and made it look like a dream sequence. You know, you can do so much with television that people can die and be back on the screen. And he said, just look at the Fast and the Furious. I mean, every time they come back, they bring back somebody that died. And and now they got this other guy, huh? Now he's not dead. So now he's back. And it's true. It's a never ending cycle. So when you start thinking about the actual, you know, the look of it all, anybody could come back, but that means that door is open also for ghosts. So when he was mentioning like you could bring anybody back, when they was talking about could ghosts come back, like is that a possibility? It's all possible. And to me, when you start going on those tropes of possibilities and what actually looks like it could be, I really think out of anybody, those are the type of interesting matchups and situations that I would be interested in seeing some different scenario twists, because that's what Power was originated on. I don't know if how many guys remember Power when Power first started, but when Power first started, it was never like it is now. Power was it was intriguing. You didn't know who the lady was with the pink shoes. You never knew who was behind all this. So it was so much mystery. Then when you found out, you're like, oh man, I can't wait till they find out. The characters don't know, but we all know. And we're like, man, when they find out, such and such find out what he's doing. So when you start thinking, in that tone and those type of levels, you're already setting yourself up for an epic, turnout. I believe. You know, other people could see it another way. I think of it a little differently. Well, with me, it's a lot different. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt. In other words, for me, I'm thinking in different tropes. I'm thinking, okay, this is what it is right now, and you just have to ig it. But it could be done. These scenarios are possible. These scenarios could happen, and for me, I'm intrigued. Now, 50 is going into directing, and he wanted to make this like an Avengers type of thing and do it with television shows. And he got stars to bite in, where they're going to start releasing, each character is going to have their own spinoff. Then, in some type of power reunion, everybody's going to, the stories kind of intertwine with each other's down the road. The Kanan story, like 50 was saying, they were like, how many seasons can you get out of it? But if you look at the Fear of the Walking Dead, look how many seasons they got of that. And people are like, oh man, they're getting close to where they're going to meet up with the Walking Dead. They can milk that for how long they want. They don't have to link that up as soon as possible. When the ratings drop, then you start linking things up. Like, this is the last season. Okay. We're going to start linking things up now. So you never want to get to the point where you're not ahead of the narrative and the narrative just keeps changing on you. Now, here's the deal. Omari Hardwick would not do it if it's something that doesn't make sense. Now, he's done some projects that really hadn't gotten off the ground. He had a film called Spell that no one could seem to find anywhere. We were like, where is this movie? Everyone who saw it told me how great it is, but you got to really track this movie down to find it. And then he supposedly has some movies in the works, but his career, because of COVID, has really stalled. So people got to, figure it out on their own as far as how they're going to navigate, what's actually happening and transpiring out here. So the climate has changed. So a lot of actors have a lot of loans out that they got to pay off because of it. So yeah, it's always intriguing to pay attention to these type of details and things. Where am I at as far as standards and moving around? And as long as the integrity of the show isn't compromised, book two with Tariq was a setback to me, and a lot of fanfare did not like it, but they were trying to rid themselves of being connected to the old power so they can bridge into the new. So now they got Sachs is going to be a lawyer now. They're going to start going down a whole nother road. And now it's going to be new investigations, new stuff that could really lead back to Tyreek and or his new family now with Mary J. Blige and where they're going to go with that. There's so many other levels that we're going to have to eventually talk about because people are going to want to hear about it. But 50 kind of left the door open for all possibilities. So I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that. So hit the like button and don't forget if you want to support the page, my Cash App is Carceno, Karceno, and I'm out the dough.